Imagine you're drowning. You aren't swimming, and you aren't treading water. You are completely immobilized, dead weight sinking in the dark. In Christian theology, this absolute inability to save yourself is called total depravity. But if humanity is entirely incapable of reaching out to God on its own, how can salvation require our faith? If God performs every aspect of the rescue, human choice vanishes. Yet if a human uses their own will to reach out to God, it implies they have performed a good work to earn their salvation. This disagreement split the 16th century church. Following Jacobus Arminius his Beth, his followers published the Remonstrant Articles in 1610. The Reformed churches convened the Synod of Dort. Dort's Calvinist delegates formulated a logic equation. Election based on free choice makes salvation depend on human merit. The Arminians rejected this equation. To see how they navigated this, we have to examine the mechanics of Classical Arminianism and how it allows a helpless person to make a choice without earning their rescue. The Arminian position begins with the reality that humans do not possess good intentions or the native capability to believe on their own. The Apostle Paul writes in Ephesians chapter 2 that people are dead in transgressions. A person who is spiritually dead cannot resuscitate themselves. This is where we find the defining concept of this theology, prevenient grace, meaning grace that goes before. God makes the first move, reaching into depravity to empower helpless sinners, giving them the ability to respond to the gospel. This clarifies a common misunderstanding. God does not choose people because he foresees their inherent goodness, or because they are already capable of choosing him. Because God must enable the response, the entire salvation process begins with God's gracious initiative. To visualize this, imagine an orphanage filled with broken, helpless children who have no way to rescue themselves. A father arrives purely out of love. He isn't looking for a child who is morally superior to the others. He provides everything necessary for adoption and extends a genuine, open invitation to the children to join his family. To become members of his household, the children must simply accept the invitation that he has freely provided. Accepting the father's hand does not mean the child earned their adoption. Receiving a gift is not a meritorious work. This same dynamic appears in the parable of the prodigal son. The father's compassion is extended to his son the moment he returns. The son is received by grace. His place at the table is not earned by his own righteousness. In the Arminian framework, faith is the God-enabled mechanism for receiving a free gift, entirely devoid of human merit. This understanding of faith changes how we view the broader concept of election. It moves away from the idea of election as an arbitrary lottery of pre-selected individuals. Instead, election is seen as a corporate reality found in Christ. He is the ultimate elect one. Through God-enabled faith, believers are united to Christ. By being in him, they share in the election that is already his. This means believers are accepted entirely because of Jesus Christ's saving work, and never because of their own righteousness. This is the work described in the book of Ezekiel, where God provides a new heart, and in Philippians, where God works within believers to act according to his purpose. Christian service and obedience have a specific place in this system. They are the fruit of God's saving grace, not the basis for earning it. This is the defining ethos of Classical Arminianism. Salvation begins with God, is sustained by God's grace, and is lived out through an ongoing relationship of faith.